Hi all, welcome to the Realism tutorial. I'm going to show you how to use the Realism software. If you are new to the software, click on Get Started and you can enter your details and it will take you to the project dashboard screen. If you already have an account like myself, you just click on Login. Once you're logged in, you'll see the project manager dashboard, the Realism, and you'll see the projects. Now we have two types of plans. We have one, the individual plan, so you have access to all 15 projects from across different sectors, your energy utility, construction, IT, finance and insurance, marketing, retail and e-commerce. If you are enrolled by a company, the company admins will assign you the projects. So if you work in IT, and you want exposure to other sectors, your company admin can assign you those different sector projects. For example, if you want a bit of exposure in construction, they can assign you those projects, but you'd have to request it through them. So now that when you've logged in, you can see the dashboard and the total projects, your in progress projects, and your completed ones. Um, so once you're ready, you can before you begin, you can see your name and your job title on the top left corner. If you want to change your password, you'd have to click into settings, and from there you can change your password. I won't go into settings just yet as it has my personal details. But if you want training on how to do that, please request it in the comments down below. Now, once you're ready to start your projects, click on projects. Now, we'll have a look at, for example, a marketing related projects. As you can see, the project name, the industry, the budget, the duration. It's currently as the status is inactive because we haven't started the project yet. But once you start the project, it will turn to active status. So now click on manage. When you've clicked on manage, it will take you to the preview section, the industry, the budget, the duration, the project goals, what you are looking to achieve at the end of the project and throughout the project. You also have your project environment settings in terms of resource availabilities, risk levels, the framework, what type of documentation will be used, whether it be Agile or Prince2. And down below, you have your project and your team roles. You have your project manager, which is you. You have your other stakeholders that have the interests in the projects or high impacts as well. Once you've finished looking at the project review, um, you are ready to manage your project. Now you click on Start Project Simulation. Once you clicked on Start Project Simulation, it will take you to another dashboard, which will show your current day, which is day one, your project progress, your team morale. So your team morale will change throughout the course of the project, depending on how well you manage the project. Now you have also your remaining budget, your active risks, and your days remaining on the project. As you can see here, you have your project calendar. So it shows you the meetings that you will have over the course of the project. You can also fast forward to the next few months and have a look at what project meetings you have as well, which is kind of a cool feature. You also have your daily events and actions. So after each meeting that you have, it will show the meeting history, and you also have your raid logs as well, which will have a description about it, the impacts, the mitigations, the resolutions. We do have another feature that's coming into the raid logs, which will have your the owners of those raid items and who it was raised by as well. So that will come in at a later stage. Looking forward to it, probably the end of the year. Now, so you are now ready to manage your project. So what you then do is you click on advance the next day and it will take you to your first project meeting. Now we're going to have a strategy and creative brief. What I'll do is throughout the meetings you will hear the audios. So if you are a person that likes to listen to the audios, there's that feature. If you just like to read, then that's up to you. But I will be a bit silent during the meetings because I don't want to talk over, the audio. So now we'll start the meeting.
Sarah, I've outlined our comprehensive campaign strategy. We're proposing a multi-channel approach, 40% budget on paid social media ads, 25% on Google Ads, 20% on influencer partnerships, 10% on email marketing tools, and 5% on content creation. The eco-friendly angle gives us great storytelling opportunities. I like the direction, PM. However, I want to ensure we're prioritizing Instagram and TikTok given our target demographic. Also, can we allocate more budget to influencer partnerships? Authentic endorsements could be powerful for our eco-conscious messaging. How do you respond to Sarah's feedback about prioritizing social platforms and increasing influencer budget?
Now, after you've listened to that, you have two options that you can proceed on to. The first option is agree to prioritize Instagram, TikTok, and increase influence budget to 30%. Second option is suggest A/B testing approach between platforms before major budget shifts. Now, the two options leads to different outcomes, either increase in budget, a decrease in budget, increase of team morale, increase of team morale. So let's, for example, click on agree to prioritize Instagram and TikTok and increase influencer budget to 30% and see what that shows. Now, once you click on your option, it will come up with the PM comments as the option you've clicked on. As you can see, they're happy with what has been chosen. Um, as you can see, and you can read that. Once you have finished each meeting, you can click on end meeting now. But before we do that, this is, as you can see, this is a decision to log onto the raid log. Now, what I will do is copy it and click on end meeting. Now, as you can see, we have the type. So it's a drop down of the risk, issues, actions, and decisions made throughout the project. Because this is decision, you click on decision, and then you click on the description and copy it. And then you change it up a little bit, and then after you've done that, I will copy this as a resolution. Now you have the impact, which is low, medium, high. In this case, is a medium. Um, then once you've finished inputting your data into these boxes, you click on add item, and then that will now add that to your raid log. You scroll down, you can see that at the bottom of the page. You can also export this as a CSV if you wanted to have a look at this on Excel as well. Once you've done that, click advance the next day and go to the next meeting. Now, before I click on start meeting, it will again provide the audio, which I will stay quiet through that period of time.
Team, let's define our customer personas and messaging strategy. We know we're targeting eco-conscious millennials, but we need specific personas to guide our creative and content strategy. Based on market research, I see three primary personas: eco-enthusiast Emma, 25 to 30, urban, high disposable income, conscious mom Sarah, 30 to 38, suburban, family-focused, and wellness warrior Tyler, 22 to 28, health conscious, social media active. Great personas. For creative direction, I'm thinking clean, minimalist aesthetics with natural textures. We need to convey both luxury and sustainability. Each persona will need slightly different visual approaches. For messaging, I suggest focusing on clean beauty, clear conscience as our main tagline. We can adapt the voice for each platform, more casual for TikTok, sophisticated for Instagram, informative for email. I love these personas. For social strategy, Emma and Tyler are perfect for Instagram/TikTok, while Sarah responds better to Facebook and email. We should create platform-specific content calendars. How will you finalize the persona strategy and move to asset creation?
As you can see, after listening or reading the comments in the meeting, you have two options. Now, due to the meeting, I can see that they would like the three personas. So now we are going to click on the option. As you can see, the PM's comments was excellent work, everyone. And now the plan is to finalize the personas with detailed demographics. Now, this is an action. Again, you click on end meeting now. Then once you've done that, you click on the type, which is an action. You click on description, enter that in. Then once you've entered that in, so you got everything you needed, click on resolution. Once you've clicked on the resolution, add item. Now, you have done capturing the raid logs, and this is a similar approach that you have for the rest of them. Throughout the meeting, if you have any actions, issues, risks, decisions that you need to log throughout the project lifecycle, you are more than welcome to enter it and it will show on the raid log. Now, remember when I mentioned that you can see the previous history and what was discussed? As you can see, this is day 2 of the project, day 4, the meeting dialogues, action taken, and the dialogue after the choices, so you can sort of remind you throughout the project lifecycle. So this is how you manage projects on Realism. Thank you all for attending. And if you have any further questions or inquiries, or you would like more training on how to use the software, do let me know and we can arrange another session. Thank you all.